Welcome to another thrilling edition of Premiere 2. My name is Peter. Thank you for joining me on a beautiful night here in Tokyo, Japan. And I will endeavor to entertain you for the next 2 hours max. You've got me for 2 hours of playtime.
3 years of
huge thank you to everybody.
Happy New Year, chatter.
I am, in the great words of Joe Namath, boys, I am struggling. I'm going to show you guys this because you deserve it.
Sexy.
I'm going to show you guys because someone is hungover and I'm beyond hungover.
Overall. Time for Pete to do 30 hours.
Okay, so let me do a couple things.
Premier smile also. Chris is still in the big sexy club for some reason. Combo. Premier 2 hours.
All right. Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Almost a year.
First, I'm sorry. I got to turn off the text-to-speech for subs. It's not you guys. I'm just unable to process a single coherent thought. Because I am on no sleep. But I got some stories to tell you. I've got some updates for you all. Look at this. Are you ready to start your year with a ghoulish visage? Is that the right word? Visage? Look at my eyes. Look at this. This is killing me. This is like
this is a present from me to you.
Like this is pain. Oh, it's probably normal to most of you guys what you see me, but I feel like shit. We need a close up. I feel that this just looks unbelievably bad, but I feel unbelievably great. God, am I excited for 2026. This will be the best fucking year that we've ever had, and pardon my language. This is going to be the best streaming year. Put it down in your calendars, mark it up, save all your words. Just this is going to happen. This is going to be the year of the horse. And who knows Uma Musume better than me? No one. So super excited to be here with you guys. Thank you for the incredible gifted subs. Thank you for everybody coming in here, being so supportive, and supported. I support you. Hey, Pete, will Premier 3 be giving his starter Pokemon this year? Oh, you know it. You know we're bringing back Pokemon because okay, today's stream is I'm gonna catch up to you guys a little bit, tell you a little bit about what I've been doing the past week. And then we're going to set up this year's kind of New Year's resolutions of what are we going to do? What do we want to do? Like, how are we going to do all of the stuff that I've planned? But like, honestly, this just feels like a really great start to the year. I hope that all of you, and I mean this from the bottom of my still drunk heart, I hope all of you had an awesome start to 2026 and rang in the new year out with the old shitty 2025. And we're welcoming in a much nicer version. I already got my charms. I already got my horoscopes. I've got it all done. They said that this year is the year of the Pete, that it's going to be good, and it will be good. It's going to be amazing. Although it did end last night kind of comically bad. So, okay. Where do we begin? Happy holidays. Glasses look sick, though. You know what? I'm glad that I can wear these and get away with just being nobody can see my face. It's like a party thing, right? We're partying today. We're partying and celebrating and chatting. I did not kiss any pavements. I did not hurt myself. Actually, yes, we did have a fair amount to drink, me and my friends. But it's not really like none of us threw up. None of us had egregious hangovers where you're like useless or can't do things. I don't really think those were our goals, and we did not surpass the point of like no return. What we did do that I cannot continue to do is because I'm old now. It's the hours that you're awake. It's not the actual drinks, because you can hydrate through the night, but it's the hours in which you are awake and the hours you are not in your bed. Those got me. So, those friends here with us now. Yeah, you know him. His name's John Barleycorn and Johnny Walker. Okay, it's not. They're actually not in the house, but they are nearby in Tokyo. So, for those of you who have not maybe seen the stream in a week, we have done a couple of incredible IRL streams where we've been walking around Tokyo. I thought that was really great content. I've been enjoying the night walks. The camera has been great. Still trying to figure out why the battery is like rapidly depleting. But other than that, I have my friend from middle school. I've known this guy for 30 years. He came to Japan for just 6 nights. Not a ton of time. So we're trying to do everything we can to make up for his previous trip.
Oh, that's funny.
Do my eyes deceive me? Kevin, Easy R, Funny Bunny, and more. All of you guys absolutely crushing a level 10 hype train to start this new year. Thank you. I love it. I love all of this. This is great. Love to be in this chair. Love to be talking to you guys for at least a couple hours. So, it was an incredible attempt for him to even get. This is crazy. What's going on? This is a present from me to you.
This is a present from me to you.
Turkey bacon san. I can go for a turkey bacon sandwich right now. That'd be. What up, Real Maddie Snow? Mina, arigatou gozaimasu.
That's funny.
10, 5, 1, tier 3, 2, count them up. Thank you. So I'll try to be concise as I weave in and out. Okay, I'll tell my friend's story, then I'll double back and thank people if you happen to resubscribe or throw in a bid or something like that. So let me just get through this thing. So my friend came about 8 or 9 years ago, and I had just been living in Japan. I was dead ass broke, couldn't do really much, but I saved up all of my little monies, and I told him this is going to be great. We're going to go to a baseball game. I think it was 2018, 2017, 2016. It was one of those years. It was almost a decade ago. And when he visited, Japan had an absolute record heat wave for the 2 weeks he was here. I remember it. It was brutal. Like, he came in the dead of summer, and it was just the dog days, man. It was brutal. And so he had all this insurance that he bought. He brought the right clothing. We go out in the first place, or maybe it was like the second or third night, we went to Roppongi. Ooh, we're already off to the wrong start. And in Roppongi, there is this incredible restaurant called Kunpu. Means yellow wind. I'll let you figure that out. And so at this, and then we were being hosted by a TV producer who had kindly put me on their TV program for 5 or 6 years at this point. So we're there with some of the staff who I also taught English at that time. I had not started streaming. To put this in the right time frame, Hammond on Overwatch had just come out. That's 2018, I think. That is how long ago. And Overwatch 1, which doesn't exist anymore. This is when he visited. And we go to this izakaya, and its special feature is that you get a 2 or 3 hour all-you-can-drink course. That seems fairly reasonable, right? Like, that's very common. They're called nomi hodais in Japan. So they bring you a beer, you finish it, you say, can I have another? They just bring it to you until the check's done. But this place is kind of special because each time that you finish a glass of beer or highball or sour, you get a subsequently larger and larger decanter to hold your liquor. I've never finished 4 drinks. I think I got close. I've got like 3.5. And I'm talking double fisted, 2 hands, massive, like enormous bottles of these comically large glasses that you just try to like finish as much as you can. And it's really fun. What is the most anyone or the biggest it can get? I might have a few. Let me just check. I hate to pause here and tell you guys, hold on a minute. Like now I'm looking through my phone, right? Like that's. Let me see if it's in the favorites, and if it's not, we're just going to move on. I'll show you a picture if I can get it in a reasonably fast, Okay, so let's see. This is 2018 or 2019. I can see myself thinner, and that's usually an indication of I haven't been there in a while yet, because I can mark my weight gain by the first time I ever went to this place and any subsequent visit over the years. I found this is comically stupid. I found a couple pictures of the enormous drinks. Now I'm trying to see if I also so here's where we went. I got you right where I want you. Okay, so this was I was in great shape. Okay, that's gonna be 2026 though, for real. It's gonna happen. All right. Let me do this thing now. So now I gotta go to collections. I gotta go to this. And I gotta go all the way down. I'm getting there, boys. You wanted to see it, all right? So now you gotta wait for me to do stupid bullshit. Okay, there's those 2. And then we need the other one from way back. So there's the Vegas trip that I remember. And there it is. Okay, I've got them. By the way, holy shit, 84 subs. You guys are incredible. Thank you for being so supportive of the channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And your reward will be the stupidly large glasses of that should not exist. Okay, here is an example of one of the glasses. And you can see this is fucking broken. All right, this is my friend and I. This was glass like number 2 or 3. I think this is number 2. And we're making good work of it. My face is in a f***ing fishbowl. But if you think that's funny, I have this picture as well. That's just stupid. Like, this is the sorting hat for drunks. Like, if you can make your way through this, you find like salvation within. None of those clothes fit, by the way. The only thing that I still have is that scarf. Jesus. And I have that jacket. Look at this happy man. That is exceptional. So that was 2018. That was 2018. Okay. That's a regular for Rob. Fair enough. I understand. Your forehead looks so small back then. It's fine. You know what? This year we're going to get it back. Not the forehead, but the weight. So, okay. We went to this place. My friend and I had a great time. It was just absolutely degenerate. He gets extremely ill, but not from that. It was the heat, possibly dehydration. Yeah, by the way, this is like an American small. Okay, I knew the joke was coming. That is, why didn't you get the big one in America? Okay. So, he got really sick and he was kind of worried about, I don't know Japanese healthcare. I don't want to mess around in there. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just not going to take any medicine. And I was like, you really need to get, you need to eat and drink water and stuff. But like he's as stubborn as a bull. And so he opted to sit and play Overwatch for like 10 days of the vacation, only eat applesauce. And I was like, you should go to the doctor because the people who live here live to be like the longest in the world. This is a place where you can get help. And you paid for like medical, insurance and stuff. Give me a second. So we had been talking for years. And then like, as like days became weeks and weeks became months and then years, he was just always saying like, man, remember when we took on Tokyo when we kicked its ass? And I was like, no, I don't remember. I remember you bitching out and sitting in, the house for 9 days as I wondered what I was doing with my vacation. That's what I remember. So we desperately went back and forth and we decided this is the time. Premier 3 is born. I've known you for 30 years. It's time to right the wrongs of the ghosts of Christmas past. Don't come during the summertime. Let's make this happen on New Year's. This is going to be it. And to his credit, he has absolutely fumbled the bag and got sick again. No, I'm kidding. He has gone above and beyond what mere mortals of the ages of 42 and 43 should be willing or capable of doing. We are riding the lightning. We're on a last chance power drive. We are absolutely burning it, and it's hot fuel. This engine is gonna absolutely sear. It's like what they put Sauron's orcs to mark their faces. They're like, oh, you have the mark of Pete. Just that's how hot we're running right now. It is insane. But with that came several disadvantages, namely that we're exhausted old men. But he came back 4 or 5 days ago. Day one, we went to a place in Shinjuku and got yakitori, which is chicken on a stick. Then I took him to a really nice gin bar. And he is not here with me alone. He also is with my other friend who I've known for 36 years. Count him if you ain't got nothing to do. That is ever since it was Saruman's orcs. But yes, you're right. Thank you. Technically, they're all kind of under the employ of Sauron, though. Like, kind of like he's the CEO and Saruman's more of a regional kind of daimyo. So I'm all right. But, whatever. He's with cousin Jeff. So I have Jeff, myself, and my friend Aaron. So, holy shit, dudes. We have let me see if I can find the picture of, so this is day one. Just a bunch of men ready to take on the terrors of Tokyo. The greatest writing Tolkien ever did was naming the two antagonists so similarly. I think the greatest thing that Japan has ever done is given me this giant bottle to drink from once. Hold on, those are later. So we asked a random passerby in Japan to take the photo, which you can do. You can say, excuse me, すいません、写真撮っていいですか? And almost always a Japanese person will acquiesce. Now you might be thinking, they took a really good photo. Dude, this guy took like 17 photos from every different angle, and he was so polite, and I think he was trying to impress the girls that he was with, because he was a younger guy, and he was a total Chad, though. So we have this picture, and this is the first night in Shinjuku. I mean, I've got my chopped unk New Balances, because I'm old as fuck now. And, it's cold outside. Same scarf as I wore in the original, whatever the hell giant drink place was. So even this guy's like, what in the hell are these guys doing here? I think that he goes, whoa, I mean, like, we were ready to tear this place apart. So, okay. When we were getting ready for this, wait, let me get this straight. So, yes, I came home and my father-in-law was at the house and he knew Jeff from 10 years ago. And Jeff used to be a svelte, he's like 6'2", maybe he was like 160 pounds. He was like extremely thin. I'm 6'2" in width. Like, I'm just spherical at this point. Why is Pete wearing sunglasses? 2 reasons. 1, we're partying. It's 2026. 2, my eyes look like I've been sleeping on the floor of a taxi cab for 4.5 hours, which is probably something I should have done. Would have gotten a better night's sleep. So, mainly because I look like shit. So I show this photo to my father-in-law, who is an English teacher, and his English he's very good. Knows a lot of great idioms. He's very entertaining, and he has a very fun way of speaking. So if you're watching JJ, my goat, he went like this. He goes, "Oh, Jeff is fat." Let's go. I love it. I'm tired of it, And then he told me, he was talking to my wife. Yeah. And he said, "Oh, Peter, yaseta ne, yaseta," which means kind of slim. And then I was changing my sweater and he went, "Oh, chiga." He's still fat. He was just wearing like a baggy sweater. Like, this guy compared to this lean machine, this was much better. That shirt would not even be able to be buttoned once. Not even gonna happen. So we're talking about how much fun we're gonna have. I set up the week. My wife is like, "Can you please tell me what the plan is?" And I was like, well, Cousin Jeff and I have a famous line from the Mask cartoon. You probably never seen it. It's from the 80s. M.A.S.K. It was one of my favorite cartoons. We watched it all the time. And this one guy says, "It's our famous no plan. We've been saying that for 35 years. We've been saying that we've used our no plan forever. So that's what they came here. We had the no plan. But the next day I said, let's hit it hard, boys. This is it. We're gonna hit the streets. So I took them to Ueno. And essentially what I did was, actually, that was a pretty crazy day. I woke up at 9, took my son to a local shrine so we could say thank you for the last, 5 months of his life. And he was able to have good health and a healthy pregnancy. And so we said thank you to the shrine. Then they came over to my house so they could meet Premier 3, and we hung out with them for 2 or 3 hours with the family. Then I walked with them to Nakano Broadway. We walked around Broadway for a little bit, and then I started a stream with you guys. Yeah, remember that? So I started a stream with you dudes. We walked another 15,000 steps to Ueno, where I met the boys, and I just basically did everything that Rob showed me on Chatmas Day 2, and I pretended I came up with all of it. Just my idea. I didn't come back. I thought about it several times, and I've almost streamed like New Year's and stuff, and look, this would have been, I really wanted to share this past week with you guys. It was like a 6% chance. But the thing is I really like these guys, and I don't want them to have to feel like they're performing. I don't want them to have to feel like the camera's on. I don't want them to have to feel like any of that stuff. And I know that they would have been game for it, but because Jeff has been on the show, and so has Aaron. here's you might not remember Jeff, but here he is ready to perform for you.
It's time for Premier 2. He's the greatest at being the least most greatest. Our favorite Rio. Gonna play some games and chat with me and you. We never asked for this, but he's come too far to quit. This biker's gotta commit. Yeah, it's Premier 2. Surpass your limits. Yeah, it's Premier 2. Hey, you kinda cute. Yeah, Premier 2. He's cute, ain't he?
Yes, indeed he is. Ladies and Hey,
Celadon
cousin Jeff, still got it. Look at that guy. So that was about 2 minutes after that. Aaron gets on the channel and joins us as the three of us. And he immediately is like, hey, everybody. Because he's kind of like, he's nervous. He doesn't want to say anything weird. He's just trying to fit in. He was like, and I said, live from not Tokyo. And then Aaron was like, that's right. We're on Sesame Street, USA. Like, he just said the address. I'm not going to repeat it for privacy's sake, but he immediately doxed us within 6 seconds of speaking. And so I was like, ooh, I don't want to do that. Let's just not go that way. So I told them, they were like, if you want to stream, man, we totally got it. And I said, you know what? As much as I love the content and as much as I love sharing all this stuff with you guys, I feel like sometimes you just got to scale back and do it local. You just got to do it local. So I said, I'm in Ueno. Where the hell are you guys? Let's get something to eat. And he was like, okay, we're going to find a place. So I'm walking around and I said, let's meet over here. And then they say, you got to go back. So I was with you guys there. I walked back. Ueno has, no kidding, at least 2,000 shops. Minimum 2,000. And they're like, we're at the World's End Irish pub. Great. Well done. So you come all the way to Japan and you found an Irish pub that we can get a few pints at. Brilliant. Next time I go to the United Kingdom, I would prefer if we stopped immediately at Wagamama so I can get my Japanese rice dish. But I do think there's one sensible thing about, you want Pete's advice for a good night? You want to learn to extend your drinking distance without going overboard, tired of having messy trips to the bathroom or horking it up later at the house? Uncle Pete has the blueprint. I want to help you drink responsibly. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1, start with a single pint of anywhere from 4.5 to 5.5 alcohol. You can do 2 depending on your tolerance. Start with a pint of beer or 2, then switch to the oolong shochus, the whiskey highballs. Stay away from the lemon sours. Stay away from the pink drinks and the baisus. Those are 1 every 4 or 5 if that's your thing because of the sugars. Then you start getting the water. You start getting the whiskey. It's more refreshing. You don't feel heavy and bloated and disgusting. I actually don't even eat on a full stomach or a light, like I lightly eat. Because a full stomach just makes me feel sluggish. And when I'm out, I need to be on my toes. We're keeping it light, keeping it agile. We're not parking the bus. We're moving and grooving. So that's what I recommend. So we got a pint. Then I took them to, and see, the other thing is if you go to a cocktail place first, the problem is that the highball, if they don't have mega, or like your old fashioned, it's gonna you're going to feel like I need to drink faster because this is a glass. And you're like, I need to like, let's just do 2 or 3 and then you're kind of like, you're overloading. The beer puts you right in the click. You're good. You're in the slot. You're feeling, ooh, okay, I'm a little toasty. And then you can just go pace by pace. Works every time. So we got a couple of pints at the Irish pub in the Ueno. Then we went to the auditorium, the City Pop Bar, where we had a few more drinks. That was pretty cool. I saw a poor guy from Australia, desperately Steph Curry, 0.1%, trying to hit on these girls. They were not having it. Brother, read the room. That's a guy's bar. We're all just here together. I much respect for you, Aussie man. It wasn't Rob. It was a different Australian man. But you tried your best. You knew when to pack it up. You were like, I failed that one. But that's all right. Sometimes they're like QTEs. They're just like, ooh, it's tough. Totally get it. You didn't get it. You got a different ending. We move on from there. So after that, I took them to Free Sake, where, Rob's picture is on the wall. It might be a wanted poster. I don't know the exact, how that's exactly working, which is where we made our first real mistake of the evening. This place, which was awesome. So, as you can see, we're starting to get a little snacks. We're starting to get a little bit more food here. We got some edamame, and we've got the mega highballs. The mega ones. These are like enormous, as you can see. And right now we're all smiles, and it's refreshing. It's mostly water. The longer it sits, the more you can drink it because the water just keeps going through it. Now, I would easily recommend that you should do a single mega highball before you make a move. Unfortunately, Aaron, who looks very happy all of a sudden, suddenly he looks like he has life in his eyes again. That's a man who's no longer 43 years old. That is a man who's back, who's never been a day over 22. So you can see that Jeff and I are starting to fade a little bit. Even my hair is starting to lose volume. Like it's all, and like that is 2 very forced smiles for the pictures. And then he's just like, ooh, I'm gonna have some fun. And so we're back. So the problem is Aaron speaks no Japanese. Nothing. Like he can't even, like, we go to McDonald's and he freezes up. I've told this story. I'll be like, let's just practice, because part of being here is that you should be able to order your own McDonald's, for fuck's sake. He was like, I want a hotcake set. I'm like, okay, well, okay. All you got to do is add a couple of vowels on it and you're good. Just say, hotcake setto kudasai. He was like, hotcake set, hagabugma, hotcake set, hagama. I was like, hagama, that's a good Japanese word. That's not even where we're starting. It's not where we're going. And we get up to the line at McDonald's. And then I was like, say it with me before we get there, because we're next. Say, hotcake setto. And he does, to his credit. He goes, hotcake setto. And I was like, there we go. There we go. He gets up there and the girl's like, ha, konnichiwa, nani. And she went, my friend went, hotcake setto. How could you blow it? It's an English word. You don't need to say it so fast. Just add the vowels. Hotcake setto. Hotcake setto. So he blew it. The girl panics, and then she's like, nani. And he's like, and then he like grabs me, and he's like, what do I do? And I was like, hotcake setto onegaishimasu. He was like, kashikomarimashita. So
this is a present from me to
speaks
you.
Very little. He can't even speak English in Japan. Thank you very much, Julius Chai, for the Big 10. Whoa! 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 Happy freaking New Year's! Some old friends cycling their way into this little dump. How you guys doing? my favorite raid on Twitch, the Iron Mouse raid emote. Always the best. It's the classic. It's a classic gold one. Guys, thank you for getting here. Appreciate you. Pull up a seat by the fire because we're bringing 2026 right to the front of the line, telling you the plan for this year, making some predictions, some resolutions, and I'm telling about my the previous week. And hopefully you guys had an extraordinary, I actually just rated myself. Because I was watching Mouse earlier today. And so Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys are genuinely just having a fantastic day. Like, really, just so good to see you all. I think this is going to be the best year that we've ever had on Twitch. I think it's going to be amazing. I've got 5 years in this game. I know some tricks now. I am ready to do this. I feel good. I feel loose. I feel limber. It's going to be great. But we're going over, some of my experience the past week. Long story short, I have a friend visiting who's my middle school best friend. I've known him for 30 years. He came 8 years ago. We had this drink right here, a bar where the drinks get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's just this one right there. And this is a big highball. And then we got one of these right here, which is just comically stupid. Just what in the fuck is going on? What are we even doing? And somehow, I don't know why. I know the joke. American small. I know. This is like the big gulp. So I'm not hungover. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm fine. But so he got really sick 8 years ago. And this was when Hammond came out in Overwatch. He decided to just play Overwatch in my apartment for 10 days. And then not get medicine, not try to get better. It was a record heat wave in Japan. And so he was just like, fucking him out. And as time goes by, he kept saying like, man, remember when we crushed Tokyo? That was incredible. We were the best ever.
Pete,
I was like,
made a mission
no,
for
we did
my
not.
New Year's
You didn't do
resolution
anything.
To drink more, a lot more water.
Yeah.
So far, I've only gotten as far as to drink more.
Hey, that's all right. Day one, you're allowed a little misstep. Let's correct it. Course correct it into day two. You're going to be all right. So now that Premier 3 is joining the family, my son, he said, I'm going to run it back. I'm coming back for winter. We're going to set this thing right. And I said, all right, let's do it. And then, my cousin Jeff, who's a real good friend of my family, I've known him for 35 years. He's coming along as well. So that's where we're starting with this story. I'm saying that on day one, we just had a sensible night. We had yakitori, which is chicken on a stick. Then we had some gin, done for day one. Here's the photo to go along with the day one experience. You can see that right here. And point of note, my father-in-law, who's an English teacher, this is Jeff in the middle. This is my old middle school friend on the right. This is me. He said, my father-in-law said, oh, Jeff is fat. So I love it that I'm not the fat one in the family for once. And so he was a little surprised with Jeff's weight gain. He's not fat.
Brand and getting free advertising from the other major brands. I'm going to call it responsibly.
Always drink responsibly. Not a bad idea. So we do that. Day two. And by the way, guys, if you haven't done this yet and you live under a rock, pull your head out of your asshole and get over to twitch.com/ironmouse and follow her channel. Subscribe to her channel. She is an incredible ambassador of streaming. Go do that, then come back here if you haven't done that yet. That would be insane if you haven't, but there are still some. Okay. So day two, we go to Ueno. And I was just telling a story with this picture where, as you can see, we're starting, Jeff and I, the two related ones by blood, are starting to show early signs of I'm exhausted. But somehow my friend Aaron has pulled back the veil of time. He came to Japan, a 43-year-old man, and is now standing before us, no older than 25. He's in his prime right now. The life is back in his eyes. He looks great. He's so excited. We are struggling. Clearly. Let me get frozen. Okay. So, as I was saying, his beard it's because he saw me and it scared him half to death. Here's the thing, though, is that when we had these, he knows no Japanese. I was just explaining that if I was like, order something from McDonald's, or if we go to a coffee shop, I'll just say you want Americano. He's like, how do I say that in Japanese? I said, you're so lucky. It's literally just say the word, Americano. And then he was like, what size? And I was like, the same shit that you say in America. Grande, venti, tall. And then he goes, okay. And he gets up there and he goes, oh my God. The woman says, like, what would you like to drink? And he goes, American. And she's like, oh, nice country. He's like, American, grande American. And I was like, oh my God. No, you're not you can't even say that. So he panics immediately. Just completely, just fucks it up. So I have to save his bacon. However, when we get to this place, suddenly Aaron figured out how to order 2 more of these mega highballs. I'll tell you that right now. I went to the bathroom, which is nowhere near this tent. It's like Jeff had already left for the bathroom, and then I was going to go after him. So I was like, I'm going to be right back. By the way, this is a sensible sized drink. The size comparison of these two, like over there, it's like I gave Mouse a small highball. So anyway, he figured out how to say, mega highball for all 3 of us. So we ended up having 2 of these. We ended up having 2 of these here. And then the 3 of us went to Kowloon after that, which was the game bar that I was with Rob in Ueno on Chatmas Day 2. That was where things just really went off the rails. I thought it would be like a quick day. I thought it would be, let's just hang out until like 1 or 2. This picture was taken, I believe, at 4:53 a.m. So we're in the VIP, not even VIP, we're in the upstairs. We did not go to the Happy Girls bar. No, that's outside. That's across the street. This is the best of the photos taken. I don't even know who took it. I know that Jeff was, and I was like getting weirdly chesty. I was like, because Jeff just wanted to like play a game. And I'd be like, just put the controllers down, man. We're here to talk. This is a museum. This is a museum. You're not supposed to play the game. Everybody else is playing the games. Like literally every single other person's playing the games there. And I'm like, hey, we're supposed to be here to talk. I'm the Japan guy. Put the controls down. Put the controls down. And I remember I also got weirdly aggressive for fun. Like, first of all, I think I'm very much in the right on this next part. Welcome, Raiders. Party of 36. Your table is right this way. Thank you. Tell me I'm not, like, I was like, we were trying to talk about naming RPGs that we liked. And to be fair, we were with a mutual friend, this guy I really like. He's very, very friendly. But he was like, I think he was talking some weird, I've played every RPG ever. And he was saying like weird goon shit, I think. He was like, Magica, Beyblade, Princess, Chronicles 23. And I'm like, could be. And I'm like, Final Fantasy 8. And he's like, Brazier Baddies 6 Return to Thunderdome. And I'm like, okay. I was the guy just kind of like looking at him, like his head is here, and I'm just like staring. So I know he was. So I said, okay, no repeating franchises. So we can't say Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9. And then my friend Aaron, who can't say hotcake sec. He could probably say that if we go to the Happy Girls bar. He can't say hot cakey set though, but he can order mega highballs. But if I was like, just name an RPG, and he goes, what? And I pulled out my literal hand gun, like this, and I was like, say an RPG, say an RPG, just choose one. And he was like, Red Dead Redemption 2. What? Brother? What? If this could shoot, I would have at least shot his leg. That is not a role play. He's like, oh, no. I role play as a cowboy. That makes it a role playing game. And I was like, no. There's HP. There's got to be, and I was like, and then we're going back and forth. And then Jeff's like, Earthbound. And I'm like, and then Aaron pulls out his hand gun, and we both pointed at Jeff, and I was like, bitch, I already said that one. So it's like a Mexican standoff. We have all these fake hand guns pointing at each other. And then all of us were like, to the guy who kind of joined us, happenstance, who just showed up at the bar and knew me and then knew kind of Jeff. We were like, all right, it's your turn. And I like put it right near his head. And I was like, don't you say none of that weird shit. No more magical braziers. And he was like, And I was like, we need to scale this down. We need to scale this down. So I did start it. I'm taking full responsibility. I was the one who was like, don't play games at the game bar. I was like, name an RPG, but I'm not agreeing with like anybody's choices. But it was like one of those fun nights. And we ended up just, by the time the other guy left and it was just us three, oh man, it was one of those nights where I honestly believe an hour passed where we were barely speaking because we were laughing so hard. And that's always a really, really great time. So luckily we were able to get in the trains and get everybody home. And then I woke up the next day and my wife had prepared for me, very kindly, a very sensible British meal. Very sweet. What a lovely woman. Sausages, toast, and HP sauce. Honestly based. It's the HP potion. I'm going to let you guys look at that really quick, and I'm going to get a drink. I'm thirsty. Kampai. Okay, that was good. HP sauce is the House of Parliament brown sauce, and it's kind of a very sour or sweet. And I think it's quite good. Pretty nice. I like it with sausages. It's the brown sauce, they call it in England. So, but it's called House of Parliament. I bought that in England 2 trips ago after the generational Welsh. So the next day, we all got like 3 hours of sleep, right? And my wife is she's like, don't sleep when you get home without showering first. The problem is I'm so tired. And then it's like, there's an easy reply to this is then don't stay out till 5 a.m. Like it's not, she's right. But I'm just saying, this is like, so the first thing she's like, don't sleep in the bathtub because you've done that before and I'm afraid you'll die. And I'm like, that's true. Even when I'm like not drinking, like you shouldn't sleep in a bathtub, even if you're just like totally sober. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to sleep in the bathtub because sometimes you're just tired after work and you have this, ours has like a nice headrest and you just get tired. So then I did not fall asleep in the tub. I did not. So then I walked into the living room. This was like 2 or 3 months ago. And I was so tired from being out all night. And that's my fault. I just didn't have the power yet to take a shower. So I just kind of curled up on the heated floor that we have. And little power nap. She immediately took a picture and was like, you're stupid and dirty. Don't do this. And I was like, yep, you're right. You're right. I was like, okay, I can't sleep on the floor then because now I'm in like the communal areas. So I was like, oh, and then the next time I came in here, I'm not going to share the picture unless you meet me personally. It's pretty embarrassing because I just look like a little tuckered out little man. The next time is I fell asleep on this computer chair. I just kind of, you know, and then she's like, you should take a shower when you get home so that you can why don't you just shower and then go to the bed? And I'm trying to say like, I just don't shower because I had to get a taxi home and I was tired of the taxi. And like, you know, when you take an hour taxi after, I'm already like exhausted from that. And so this time I was like, I got home and I was like, don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep on the floor. And I also feel like if you're a dad now, I can't sleep until like 5 p.m. I still got to get up early because that's my responsibility. I can't just be like, sorry, you do everything. So I set my alarm for like 9:30 or 10. So I was like, oh, it's like 6:30. And so I was like, oh, here we go. And so I remember I sat on the floor of the shower and I turned my back. So the water was just like hitting me and I'm just sitting on the floor. And that felt so good. I think I technically did sleep for 42 seconds. And then I heard the door open. And I was like, you know, I always wash when I sit down on the floor. Don't you sit down on the floor when you shower? So then I was like, oh, I'm just standing up. And so, but it was like 20 seconds. It was honestly, it wasn't even sleep. I swear. Okay, wait, where's the... She should have hit the red light. She should have hit the red lights. We have a I broke the if I'm too loud. Of course. So let's just say we all agree. She's flashing them back and forth. She's getting better with her tech. She's like going like a real siren. Okay, Yuki. Okay, I'll take it from here. Thank you, though. Thank you. Stop pushing buttons. I got it. So, I'm definitely, but I really was. I agree with Yuki. You need to do better. So I was like, okay, I got home. It was late. I took my shower. I went to bed and I woke up pretty early the next day. because the next day I took care of the little man, Premier 3. I took him to we took him to the shrine and prayed for his healthy pregnancy, or Yuki's pregnancy, and his good being healthy when he was born. And then after that, I met up with my friends in Tokyo, and it was really very kind of like just a normal chill day, nothing too crazy. I took them to a really cool, like very dark bar that's like the vibes are immaculate. The music is on point. Very, very unusual. And my friend who is an English teacher, who's Aaron, he loved the place. But we all agreed like we needed like a day to detox because we were really tired. So that night I came home. Here's a little hack for you guys. At McDonald's, after 5 p.m. in Japan, they have a secret menu that's not really secret, but it shows up on either the actual menu or on the touchpad ones. It's called the Bai menu, B-A-I, and it doubles the beef patties for any burger or any sandwich they have. So a double cheeseburger becomes a quattro, baby. If it's a chicken teriyaki, it's a double chicken teriyaki. It's wonderful. A Big Mac, 4 patties. A regular cheeseburger becomes a double cheeseburger with one less cheese. It's awesome. I got my single quad burger and then like just took that home, and then I just ate that and I went to bed, which brings us really to yesterday. So it's crazy to think about, but my friend has only been here for like 4 days. And the first night we stayed up till 11 trying to get them, adjusted to Japan time. Next night was 5. The night after that was like 10:30. And then yesterday was New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve, I wanted to take care of my son, because Yuki's letting me do all these fun things with my friends. And I did tell her, like, there's going to be 2 nights where I'm going to be out really late with the boys. It's going to be like New Year's Eve and the Ueno night. And so I said to them, why don't you come to my area? Or I could actually meet you like in Kichijoji. That's kind of nearby. Let's go to Kichijoji and we'll hang out. So I got to hang out with my son all day. Then we walked around my neighborhoods and all these cool places, and we went to Kichijoji and everything was closed. Like every single place I wanted to show them was closed. But we did find a craft beer place, and we followed my easy steps of enjoying a long night, which was, drink a pint or 2 of beer and then start going through all of the things that you like. So we went there. Then we went to, stupid mistakes, man. 2 pints of beer, and then we went to beer pong. And that was not sensible. And like it was a new type of beer pong, and we hadn't even eaten dinner yet. So I messaged my friend Dot Decor and More, who you guys know as Teacher Chris. And he was like, I was like, pull through. And he was like, I don't know, man. I live very far away. And I said, are you worried like about the taxi situation? Because it's going to be like a $200 taxi. So yeah, of course he's right to be worried. But I talked to Aaron and I talked to cousin Jeff and I talked to Chris. And I said, hello, Peter, do you wear sunglasses to hide your hungover eyes? Yes. I was like, you know what it is? Let's not let a taxi ride deny us the best possible New Year's Eve we can have. Let's all put it in together and let's do this together. Let's do it. So I was like, get out here and we'll all get you home. And he was like, my man. So he drives, or he takes the train to us. But before he gets there, we're playing beer pong. And like this beer pong place, it's kind of nice, I guess, but it's like all electric. So it's me and Aaron versus Jeff, who Jeff's like when Jeff's like, oh, back to college, you could just hear this. He had like boss music. I was like, this is not good. Because I was like, Jeff's going to be cooking. So here's the thing that we didn't understand was on this, the staff had to stand next to us and watch us play. And the way it works was normally when you play beer pong, it's the fastest way to get the new variant of COVID. Or whatever, because like you're throwing the ball and I'm like, oh, I dropped it on the ground. Then you throw it in the cup and then you slam like the alcohol in there. It's awful. So a lot of places now fill up the glasses with water. And then you have like another area where you're like, you take a shot of like your drink that you're having. So like, I can't even believe we played old beer pong the old ways, which is just so disgusting. So this place, all of the cups have like a fake resin in the, like a little bit of the bottom to show you like a beer. And you could throw the cup and it'll light up on the board. It'll say like, boom, hit. And then that cup, like the lights go down on that cup. So it's kind of neat, right? The thing is the staff had to be there. And he said, I think you guys, we have this system, which you've already paid for all you can drink. It was like a giant, basically like a little cask of whatever alcohol we wanted. I was like, oh, so it can be beer or highball or like a lemon sour. He was like, yeah, it can be whatever you want. I was like, let's make it a highball. So fucking dumb. So he fills up this giant like mutagen bottle with highball. And then he's custom making like these little half shots. Then I forgot, like, this is just basically like we're chugging whiskey. And he goes, okay, well, here's how we play. If one of you makes it into the cup, the other has to like, you know, if you two have to take a shot of this highball thing. And the loser, whatever team loses, has to finish the rest of the mutagen. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm not going to lose. So immediately, they were like, who decides who goes first? And I was like, Sai Sho Agu, John Ken, fuck you, we're first. Okay, so we're going first. And Aaron, oh, I'm telling you guys, we were this was like, we were in prime performance. He was like, bang, got a double off the rip. 2 cups down. Jeff was like, ooh, ooh. And then I was like, we're not going to lose this. We're just going to wipe the floor with this son of a bitch. So technically you got 3 balls. I've never played. Usually it's just 2, but that's fine. That's their rules. Jeff immediately gets a triple. 3 throws, 3 cups. I was like, ooh. So Aaron and I go like bang, bang, bang. And I guess there was like a double penalty if you got the triple because he filled our little shot glasses to the top. And I don't chug highballs. It's a sipping kind of like refreshing drink. It's also carbonated and cold. Wait. I'll pause for ads. Can someone please tell me when they're done? Okay. I did chug it. Good night, demonic Phoenix. Okay. 60 seconds. Ugh. Tell you what, it's good value. If you're going to choose to sub, now is the time to do it. This is a good channel. We got big plans. Can't believe I've already been talking for an hour. I need to figure out like a timer so I can tell. So, although the people who I'm speaking to can't hear me because they're in ads. Well, what a dumb thing to say. So, thank you to the people who've already subbed. Okay, so that was stupid. Ad is over. All right, so one's good enough. 30 seconds left. Okay. Yo, Dodge. This was me.
Welcome to the circus of value.
So if you're, what the hell? Thank you, Calbo.
This is a present
Arigatou
from me to you.
gozaimasu. Bro, man, Okay, so I got to continue, guys. I got to continue.
Happy New Year's, Pete. Did you go visit a shrine yet?
I'm getting there. The answer, I've been to like a shrine every day, 3 days in a row. But yes. So thank you guys for the gifted subs. So Jeff gets a triple and we have to take our shots. And then the game kind of keeps progressing as it does. But this guy keeps re-racking for Jeff. Like Jeff never had to make a backline shot. But like somehow the algorithm kept he re-racked his shit like 4 times. That's so unfair. I was under that you get 2 re-racks and we get to choose the formation, or if we're playing whatever, you can do it your way. But they just kept re-racking it into the middle for Jeff. We got a single re-rack, and then it's going down to we have like the 2 splits. So it goes like if it's a pizza, the first bite's always the easiest, and then it goes the 2. We're
This is a
stuck
present
on the
from
2.
Me to you.
Thank you, Shogun. Thank you very much. And Jeff only has to get into the front. So I don't know if it's BM or bad manners, but I was doing all kinds of like finger movements and gesticulations and trying to, I was doing anything I could to mess up his aim. Doesn't matter. We're old friends. And Jeff misses 3 in a row. Just miss. Yes. And then Aaron gets one of the 2 splits. So they re-rack at the end of ours to put our cup in the front. Jeff's is in the front. Jeff misses his next 2 throws. And it's down to the final throw. I was like, I've seen this book so many times. I know that Jeff's going to make this because he does this every single time. Because I get to throw next and I can end the game. I know he's good. And as I'm saying it, he just makes it. He's just like, Kobe. And I was like, yep, I fucking knew it. But I was like, hey, if I make it though, that counts as overtime. Like that's a rule. Like I have a chance to do 1 throw and make it back. You know what I'm talking about? I guess it's called, we said prove it when we used to play horse. I think there's like another term for it in beer pong. It's not called Fortnite. It's not called Fortnite, but yeah, redemption or whatever the term is. So I take and Jeff's like, yeah, you do get one. And then I line it up and just perfect. Beautiful shot. And then I was like, if I make one of my next 2 balls and I get in the same cup, don't take that one out. It was rebuttal, I think. Then we win. And he was like, fair game. I missed the second one by bouncing it off the rim. Then ace the final throw. Nailed it. 2 points. Suck it, loser. And then we kind of decided, actually, you know what would be more fun? Let's all just share the final drink as like a team failure. So we all chugged our remaining highball in unison as the trio, the Final Fantasy party. So it was awesome. And then we left there and we went to a chicken skin place that I highly recommend if you're looking for like some sort of, you're down to grind out some grimy food. It's called Shinjidai. I've eaten there with Alex on a subathon before, where it's basically a tower of like 40 chicken skins that are in this. It's like they just dump them in MSG. It tastes so good. I could easily eat 100 of them if my heart or body or limbs could take it. So it's like they're like 50 yen. Yeah, if they might be cheaper. So we go there, and of course, Aaron's already mastered his perfect Japanese phrase. He's like, "Whoa, mega highball, mitsu! Oh yeah, mega highball, mitsu, mega highball." I'm like, okay, you need to stop ordering those, please. Like this is just getting so much. And then they bring us out the mega highballs, and then he's like, "I'm unjustifiably in a position I'd rather not be in, yeah. I'm ordering you a mega highball, and you're gonna drink it, and if you don't drink it, then you're gonna be underground, yeah." Whatever. So he had me for 3 minutes of highball. So we get those, and I said, I want 60 of the chicken skins, because teacher Chris had joined us, and they were like, "We're out." What? Excuse me? You go to the chicken skin place and you're out? So, you can't just run out. They did say, okay, we have 10. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. We don't need to eat. So we got some karage, 10 chicken skins, some other chicken thing, and I think enough fried potatoes that it would make an American blush. So we eat those, we have our drinks, and then we go to Kichijoji. We go to this cool place called Harmonica, which is like a yokocho area that's like Golden Guy, but it's in a kind of yokocho, it's like a, bar stacked up and cool. You know what? I took a picture of it. It's not a very good picture, but maybe you guys, it's not worth seeing it. It's okay. That's not it. So we go there, and I can see that. Is this bar in Shibuya? No, this is all in Harmonica is not a bar. It's like a street area like Golden Guy, where it's kind of like 25 different bars in Kichijoji. And we go to this second floor, very cool little design. And the guy said, sit over here. And I said, actually, can we please have the corner of the bar? There's no one in here. There's no one on this floor. I was like, can we please have the little angle so that I can see them? He was just like, oh my God. Okay. VIP me? No, stop. And I was like, please. He was like, okay. So then I inexplicably switched to they have Jazzberry, which is a wonderful kind of Spring Valley brewery sensation. So we start getting ice. I go back to beers because I'm dumb and I don't know what I'm doing. So my friends on the highball, Aaron's on the highball, Jeff and I and Dot Decor switched to Jazzberries. And then we get another message. Connor's going to be able to pull through. We're going to have the whole team. It's like getting a bonus DLC character in your Final Fantasy party. We're going to have to level up. We got Sea Dog pulling through. We're going to be counting down together. This is going to be great. So he's like, I'm on the way, boss. I was like, fired up. He's like, have you been drinking a lot? Like, where are you guys at? I'm like, He's like, maybe you should call me. Let me hear your voice. I'm like, I was like, I'm just gonna do blah, 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 blah. And he was like, okay, I'll make sure I catch up. And so, we kind of, he's on the way. And then, so we're doing this, and I can see that Jeff is starting to lag. Jeff is starting to look like he is struggling. And I know the perfect cure. It's like a zero sugar monster will get him right back into our good graces. So the way I was like, I'm going to use the bathroom. But what I really did was I ran across the street to the Family Mart and I grabbed a Monster. And I know he likes the zero sugar, but I was like, that. I need you to have the sugar water. I needed him to have sugar water. So I got him it was called Ramp Up Riptide, some pink Monster can. I was like, give him the sugar, give him the big can, let him just take. And so I take that because I asked the bartender, do you have any Red Bulls? And he was like, no. Okay. So then I run back up with the thing and I hand it to him, and Jeff opens it and the guy freaks out. He was like, no outside drinks. Don't drink in the bar. I was like, okay, no big deal. It's just an energy drink. We've only ordered 12 drinks already, but all right, big man. So Jeff was like, don't even worry about it. I'll just go downstairs. Jeff is gone 3 seconds and comes back with a crushed Monster can. He's just like, the energy drink shouldn't be mixed with alcohol, right? Okay, Dad. Listen, Mom, we're going to be all right. I've seen an entire club fall down because everybody was like, Red Bull and X, just whatever, just Red Bull and alcohol. That is like the most popular drink ever. I think we're going to be all right. That you definitely weren't around for the Four Loko phase. So Jeff's fine. So like we're hanging out, we're doing all this stuff. Conler joins the entourage. We're feeling good, and it's like 11:40. And I said, I think we should go to like a random local shrine and like pray and stuff. I know one that we can take a train to or something. They were like, let's do it. So that was really cool. We go to an awesome like local shrine, and we try to be as sensible as possible. Huge little bonfire where you burn all of the old charms from the year before, and you kind of you take on like new challenges. And there was a huge line to pray, but I did know of another little shrine that's like up on this kind of like small little mountain. So we went up there and prayed and said like, Happy New Year to the boys. Got a really cool picture of the crew. Then it's like 12:15. Let's keep the good times rolling. It's welcome 2026 in. Let's do it. So we go to a darts bar, and the minute you get in there, I don't think anybody's ever hit the dartboard because you cannot see through the cigarette smoke. It is intensely, like, violently smoky. But I was like, that's all right. And then I'm like, I was looking around where is like the waiter, and already Aaron's like, ooh, I got a couple mega highballs. How drunk are you guys? Like, okay. On the scale of like, can you understand what I'm saying? Am I garbling words? Are any of us like, trying to like, fall against the walls? No, we're pretty much in control. Like, look, seriously. So because, we're spacing this out over 5 or 6 hours at this point. So we are, I think all of us, we're in pretty standard operating fun drunk space. What is the name of the chicken skin place? Shinji Dai. It's a chain. And we're feeling good, right? Like, but it's I'm not gonna read that, Mr. Blazeax. Thank you. So we were going through these mega highballs. Aaron's like, I didn't know you didn't want mega highballs. I thought you were Mr. Japan, loves to drink. And I'm like, okay, now you're getting petty. And I was like, just name an RPG then. And so we're starting to get a little. The fellowship is crumbling over the one check that has to pay for all these. So he's like, if you don't want mega highballs, you can go back to your little baby waters. And I go, I'm not going back to no baby water. Like, that kind of night. And then a question. This was a point of, there was a very, very nice woman who was there, who was very drunk. Very. So like she was like, not like dangerous or anything, but she was definitely like just floating around on New Year's. And we were like, Happy New Year. And she's like, not yet. It's 12:30. And I said, it is New Year's. What? And she's like, 30 more minutes. She's like, look here, it says 0026. It's not yet time for New Year's. And I was like, well, wherever you're at, it's probably like 2017. And then she was like, I want to guess your guys' ages. And I was like, I love this game. And then she's, I got like 28. She was drunk then. Jeff, I was like, Jeff was kind of like looking at her, and she was like, ooh, tough one. And she's like, give me let me just think it out. And she's like, 30. And I was like, she's 35. She's like, I was like, she settled on like, wow, you look great for early 50s. And I was like, Dot Decor predictably got like 27, even though he's 47, but he looks incredibly good for his age. Connor, I think she got like exactly. And then Aaron, he was like, please just say I'm old. Count my age like the tree rings. And I'm like, okay, maybe you need no water. So, he wants to be old and wizened, and he's a year older than I am. And now here's where I wanted your guys' advice. So we're all sitting at this table and she's just kind of standing at a small distance away. And we all noticed it because it was just way too obvious. How do you tell someone that their fly is down? Second, do you tell someone their fly is down? I think we all just decided not to say anything and just it'll sort itself out. But it was like, I feel like, if you don't, no one will. I mean, I don't know. Barn doors open. I mean, it's an all-time, I should have told her, but I was like, I tried to do things like zip up my jacket a lot or try to better bundle up. I was just like, it's not a big deal. So she just kind of walked away and we were like, what was I supposed to, were you supposed to say? Well, I wasn't going to say it. Were you going to do it? So we just kind of, she'll figure it out. So we just let it go. And it wasn't a big deal because we were dying of 14-hand smoke, not even secondhand. There was like the most amount of nicotine in this bar that I could not even breathe. So I was like, all right, we're leaving here like immediately. I would appreciate if someone told me to, but I also that's a solo. That's you failed your own QTE. So that's just, you just got to deal with that one. We left and we went to the final bar of the night. And I remember several things about it. One is I've been there before, so they were very excited to see me again. It'd been a long time. And I got to say, Happy New Year. And then I remember that the biggest thing was this guy enjoyed doing a music quiz with me. So he put on he has like a little projector. He put on a video game music quiz. And you know me, I'm anti-fun. I hate this because I want to talk. I don't want everybody looking at some sort of like projector when we're supposed to be hanging out on the New Year's, not competing on this silly nonsense. Plus, Decor and I are going to win every time. So it was fun. We did like 20 questions. And then it really went bad because he added it was like anime intros. And it played 10 seconds of an anime song. And then you had to guess like where it's from. Of course, Connor's like, let's just run this all night. This is brilliant. And Dot knows a lot of so Dot would get any old anime and Connor would get like any new anime. And then the three amigos who were on the trip were just like, I'm not having fun. This shit's stupid. So we occupied another part of the bar and we just started making fun of each other, I guess. And then I remember this bar also had a penchant for serving popcorn, which was insanely inhaled by the Dot, Peter, Connor trio. I think we ate at least 6, 7, literally 6 or 7 bags of popcorn. It was so much. And I remember when I left, I looked on the ground and there was probably a bag on the ground. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But I remember while we were there, I was so tired of hearing 10 seconds of anime songs. And listen, I like these quiz games, but I refuse to believe that anybody actually knows any of these tracks. Because all I could hear, because they were watching the thing and shouting out their answers. Boo! Ranma and a half! Boo! Keisutsu Tyson! Boo! One Punch Man! I was like, oh my God. Shut up! So, I was getting anti-fun Pete. I was getting angry. And then I looked over at one point and it was like, number 34. And I was like, 34? what the f is this? When does it end? And so they were like, and then once we got into like the 30s and 40s, I would hear them say, like the song would play and they would be like, and then it would say like the answer. I don't know, High School of the Dead. And they'd go, I knew it was High School of the Dead. I was like, that's it. Nobody knew what it was. And I walked up to the guy and I said, please turn this shit off. I asked him, I begged him to just turn that off, please, when it was anime song number 71. And I was like, that is enough. Anti-Fun Pete had enough of the anime musics. Well, I mean, half of them, they'd be like, oh, of course, it was Laserbeam's Macross Bubblegum Crisis. And so, Fun Police, woo whoop. Yeah, I was out. I was done. I was done with it. So then, honestly, the rest of the night was very enjoyable. It was a lot of laughter, drinks, popcorn, sharing stories, being goofy. It was brilliant. We got Chris and Connor left, but I was still with my family. And we were sitting there just laughing up a storm. And we were talking about all kinds. I know that Aaron went away for a few minutes, came back, predicted final Lambos of the night. And I was like, okay, this sucks. I think the final highball of the night was 2 more after that, but whatever. And then at one point, Aaron, he loves pro wrestling. He loves it. He knows all the Steingate, it's not called that, Dragon's Gate, NJPW. He's a huge fan. I'm a moderate fan, and Jeff used to work on a WWE video game. So we all kind of have the knowledge base, but he's really into it. And I saw him, like, he was like, oh, Stan Hauser, or whatever his name was. He got so excited. And him and this Japanese guy who was with his like wife, but it was just these two jackoffs running around, high-fiving each other and like reliving the glory days of 1971 wrestling. It was so annoying. Stan Hansen, that's the one. So I remember he came up to me as if he was a pro wrestler, it felt like. And he let me know. He was like, I want you to remember this time when I came back to Japan, yeah. And you were sitting there being a killjoy, yeah. And I had the National New Japan Pro Wrestling on the screen. And I could tell that you're not having any fun, yeah. But the cream, yeah. The cream rises to the top. And I don't want anybody telling me from the grandstand that I can't do it. And so I had to just sit there and take his hour of just, he was so happy doing this thing. And then the night does kind of end in some sort of a tragedy. So we went to Matsuya. And now we are drunk. We are drunk. Like this is, we're done. Goofy, wacky, laughing at nonsense. And we get to Matsuya because Aaron loves Matsuya. He remembers it from 8 years ago. We each get our different beef bowls and stuff. And I check my phone to see like, oh, let's see what YouTube, let's check the YouTube stats. I don't know why. Not really, bro, man, because we were still laughing and like I was speaking still. And for whatever reason yesterday, to start 2026, somebody or a legion of buddies, I was looking at new comments on YouTube, which is always just a waste of time. And I was called so many slurs, not like racist ones, but very offensive. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, on every video, this person is just full bore. So I was reading each one and I was like, look at this one. Look at that one. And I was going over and I was like, can you imagine sitting here and calling people this and that? And I don't know if it was a single individual because it looked like it was several different names. But I know I saw the same name a bunch. I was definitely one guy, but we were laughing about it anyway. And I was able to shadow ban the guy. But as I'm like reading all these off, this poor nice guy, I think his name was Ryan. He was like, I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm a big fan of the channel. And I was like, thank you. I am so sorry you had to hear whatever that was. And I was like, sorry, I was just reliving the comment section of this thing to start the new year. He's like, it's totally okay. I didn't want to bother you, but I just want to say I'm a big fan. And, my wife, and I was like, hi, nice to meet you. So sorry. Very sorry. Really nice guy, though. I do not think the comments were him. He was very, very kind. And he had a really interesting little story himself. I go, how did you get here at 5? And he was like, oh, well, we were in Yokohama today. And I was like, what? And he said, we got to like some part of Tokyo and it was a 2.5 hour wait. Cause on New Year's, they do have 24-hour trains. And so but they're very infrequent, I guess. So he had to like wait. He was just waiting and then you had to hear me shouting in Matsuya all the horrible things I was called on the first day of 2026. Really nice guy, though. But Happy New Year to both of you if you do happen to be watching. Hope that your year gets a lot more rest because we were all very tired. Then we all went our separate ways. I came home, dutifully showered this time. Not even going to sleep in the shower. Dutifully showered. Went to bed, woke up about 3 hours later. And spent almost all day. Oh wait, I have the picture from. This is the Polaroid. What a great photo. The three amigos at like 4 something in the morning, having a grand old time. Isn't that cool? Also, when we left Matsuya, we ran into the girl she was outside with a bunch of her friends that we saw at the Smoky Bar. So there was like 8 dudes and her, and we were like, we didn't see her yet, but they were like, Happy New Year, yeah. And I was like, what's up? So we all took and then she was like, hey, remember me from her? I was like, what's up? And we have like a nice little group photo of like 7 strangers. It was pretty awesome. So this is Cousin Jeff on the right. This guy with the salt and pepper was the one extremely excited that stupid Stan Hansen was on TV. It was awesome. And it was a really good time. And then today, I did not get to check her situation at that point. I lost a lot of my interest in. Oh yeah. And luckily it wasn't like when life gets you down, but the party won't wait. Rapidly absorbed anusol. Luckily, we did not need to use this. Thank you for the Pete memes section for making this meme for us. We really appreciate you. This one's super cute. Look at this little guy. Look at this little guy. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's so cute. He's doing the little twisties now. He got a little Dobby free toy. He's getting the hair. And then I have one more thing I want to show you guys let me see here. This is so cute. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is my just adorable son.
Bless you.
It's so cute. It's so cute. Like, okay, wait. Like, watch. Like, he like. I love watching it in slow motion. I've watched this like 100 times because he looks at me to show me, Dad, look at this. Look at this cool book that I have. And then you can see, I'm like, yeah. And then watch this little discovery right here. Uh-oh. Look at his surprise. Like, whoa, that came from me? Whoa. Dad, am I okay? Like, is it all right? And then he smiles. And we give him a little head pat. Oh, it's so cute. He looks like a little old man. Like right here. He's like, this is like the oldest man I've ever seen. It's like all of his effort to push this little sneeze out. And then the shock of like, whoa, did you see that? What a good boy. Like, actually, wonderful time spending with him today. So most of today, like literally almost all of it, was spending with the family. I did go and get a coffee at one point, but it was just a nice little chance to tell my wife about our experiences and all the funny things. I didn't get a lot of sleep. That's why without the glasses, I think my eyes do look a little, well, I think it's getting a little bit better. But when I started the stream, oh man, it was bad. It was Pepe Wing everywhere. It was tough. So that is my, unfortunately, sadly. Oh, wait. Let me check something really quick. I might be able to select your support type. Select your support type. Select your support type. Although this is the cave stage where he goes, web ball, where I played as Spider-Man. I'm asking if I can I think I can. So this is everyone get ready to be a little bit emotional. I'm going to get a water and then I'm going to read you guys. My friend, Aaron, is a writer and he has another friend that I knew from college called PJ, who is an artist. And my friend wrote me and my family a children's book. Luckily, I'm wearing sunglasses, so I should be okay. And I would like to share it with you guys. Once I figure out how to make this full screen. I did. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to get a water. So I'll be right back. Everyone get a drink. Then we can do this. Okay. Okay.
We love
I'm not going to
Kupo,
read it like Chris.
Always in our hearts, forever remembered Premier Block.
He is forever in our hearts. And we'll play this song. Okay, this is what we always played when he joined the stream. This was a story that my friend Aaron wrote for my family. I want to see if I can full screen this. How do you do this? Is there a way to full page a PDF? I feel like you can. Thank you, F11. It was true. Okay. This is a story that he wrote. I think I'll be okay, but let's read it. Kupo, cat, was small. He lived on the street. He was alone and scared, but he learned to survive. He was very fast and very smart. Oh, he was fast and quiet and very, very smart. But there was no time for thinking on the street. There was only time for running and hiding. Kupo was good at hiding. Sometimes he would hide where no one would find him. No one could see Kupo. He was hidden. If he closed his bright green eyes, he looked like a fuzzy shadow. No one could see a fuzzy shadow. Kupo was good at running. Sometimes a hand would try to grab Kupo and catch him. He was fast, and he hated grabby hands. And all he had were his paws, his mind, and the nub where his tail had been. Silly kitty. Did he leave it somewhere and forget it? Did he give his tail away or sell it for a fish? He couldn't remember. Nub was good and followed wherever he went, all the time. In fact, Nub was the only thing that could catch Kupo. That's how fast he was. However, Kupo wanted more than anything to be wise. To be wise, he needed to think. And to think, he needed time. There was never time from all the hiding and running. There were always hands chasing and grabbing at Kupo. He was still too fast for them, but he could never stop and think. One day, he found a very good hiding spot. The spot was cool and dark like his fur. He closed his big green eyes. No one could see Kupo. Or so he thought. As he sat quietly, finally thinking, he considered, what is it to be wise? How could a street cat, without a tail even, become wise? Just when a thought appeared, when he was at its very edge, he felt a tug at the fur on his neck. Was this wisdom tugging at him? Had wisdom finally come to him? No, it was a grabby hand. In his moment of thinking, he had let down his guard. He pulled and pulled, but it was no use. The grabby hand had grabbed poor Kupo. The hand held him tightly, but it was a soft hand. It turned him around and he saw a small, wrinkled face. It wasn't scary, but he didn't like being grabbed. He was too fast to be grabbed. The old woman took him home and put him in a cage. It was warm and dry here, but it was new and strange. So Kupo found a spot in the very corner of the cage, furthest away from the grabbing hands. And here, in this corner, he closed his eyes and thought. He thought and thought for days and days and days, except, of course, when the old woman would put her hands inside and pet him. It felt nice sometimes, but Kupo wanted to think. Night was best for thinking. The old woman slept quietly, and Kupo could be alone with his thoughts. He thought about becoming wise. Many nights he spent searching. How would he find his wisdom? One morning, he had been thinking all night long. He knew he was close to wisdom. He could see it just ahead. But he had been thinking so long that he didn't notice the hand above him. And just when wisdom was so close he could feel it within his whiskers, she lifted his tiny cage and carried it outside and onto a train. There was no time for thinking here. Once again, Kupo felt scared. So he closed his eyes and hoped no one could see him. But this was silly. The train was very bright and everyone was looking at him. He kept his eyes closed the whole trip. When he opened them, he was in a new place. The old lady was gone, and in his cage was in a room with the silliest man he'd ever seen. The man didn't even have black hair. Instead, it was brown and crazy all over. He had freckles and smiled a lot, probably too much. The silly man lived with a pretty young lady. She had a big smile and a kind voice. They spoke very softly to him. The silly man would even sit outside his cage and tell him jokes and stories. But Kupo wanted time to think and to find wisdom, so he sat in the corner of his cage and kept his eyes closed. He thought and thought and thought. He thought for many days in a row. He only drank water and ate food at night when the silly man and young woman were sleeping. And after a few days of thinking, wisdom finally came to Kupo. He could see it as his little nub. It had finally come to him like the sun rising over the horizon. When he opened his eyes, he saw the silly man and the pretty young woman smiling at him. The door to his cage was open, and their gentle hands were open too. Kupo came out of his cage. He felt love here where the hands were open. And here is the wisdom of Kupo that he kept very secret in his heart for all time. Ooh. Where open hands are soft as clouds, patient whispers, there you will find love. There you will find me. What a wonderful story. It's a really nice tale. And it's wonderfully drawn and artistically created by my friend PJ. And it's an amazingly well-written story from my friend Aaron, who also sounds like Macho Man when he's drinking a lot. But I read this story where we were all, it was like me reading here, and then my father-in-law, my son, my wife, my cousin and his fiance, and Aaron, and like that's a tough one to get through. But I do think that Kupo did find his wisdom. Where open hands are soft as cloud, patient whispers, there you will find love. There you will find me. It's a very poignant ending, too. I think that is very, very charming. And of course, we miss him very much. But now I can read this to my son so he can understand the importance of what a pet can be to a family. So it was brilliant. Thank you for listening to that. That's going to be hopefully published. They are looking at getting that published. And the first time that I have access to that information, you guys can get it. I'm going to get it. So that was part of my kind of a story. And I think it was very, very nice. Yeah, if you have a pet or a loved one, make sure you hold them very tight and remember that give them the love and stuff. So how old was Kupo when we first got him? I think he was around 1. And he passed away at 8 or 9 or so. It was the same year God of War came out. Very young for a cat. But he had a very unfortunate he did live a very, very, very lovely life. But a lot of that story is very true. So, Kampai to Kupo on the 0% beer. So the bad news is that Aaron is leaving very soon. He's going back. Tomorrow is his last day in Japan. So I am going live tonight to give you guys a bit of a catch up, to try to give you some what I've been doing. And that little 2 hours was part of that. And tomorrow I'm going to take him out. I don't think we're going to drink anymore. I think we're done. Like that, those 2 nights, that was enough for us. So I think, no, I'm serious. Like, I don't think any of us particularly want to do that anymore. So we're going to go get some awesome Korean fried chicken. That's always a must. Probably do some omiyage shopping, maybe check out some game centers and just scale back. Jeff is going to stay another week, and maybe I'll go out one more night with him just so I can have like a familial catching up bonding session. But I think tomorrow's more about walking around, although it's going to rain tomorrow, but hopefully tomorrow's just kind of, dude, Korean fried chicken is freaking good, man. That shit's crazy. That is like, it's like close enough to Korea to get it's very, very good. But I think we spent a ton of time with Premier 3. They got to see my son several times. We got to have some really fun DJ nights. Awesome walking around and seeing stuff and going places, checking out nature, parks, shrines, you name it. We did it. It was a very successful revenge trip for Aaron San, who was kind of, got kind of screwed over last time by fate. He just got sick and couldn't get back. So let's do this really quick. New Year 2026. Okay. We have the New Year's resolutions and goals for 2026. All right. This is going, okay, for sure. Like, absolutely lock this one in. It's like resolutions, goals, predictions. Definitely 75 kg weigh in at some point. This year, we're definitely going to get the 75 mystical kilograms. Guaranteed. I guarantee. That's going to happen. Guaranteed. I would like to do 40 walk and talks. Another goal, 40 walk and talks in the year. That's a lot, but I feel like definitely doable. That's like almost 1 per week. At least 3 a month. I think it's going to be like the best series on Twitch. I might be biased. All right. Play Pokemon White Black. Bang! That's going to be big. One of those two. We're doing Pokemon White/Black. I think that's the good one. We're getting it. We're bringing it back. We're bringing back Pokemon. I'm going to need to have some help setting it up, but we're doing it. We're actually going to do it. It's going to be, or I'd like to run the one that we did that we modded to have me in it. That was so sick. A Nuzlocke, maybe, if we can make it. Like, I would rather do a Nuzlocke of Fire Red and Leaf Green. Because I've beaten that one before. So I don't know how to do we'll call it a Pete lock. Pele lock. Okay. That's what we'll call it for now. Do you guys want me to add? Wait, when does Yakuza 3 Remastered? Does that come out this year? Ho ho. Usually we do one Yakuza game a year. Okay, so Yakuza 3 Remastered for sure. That's coming back. Finish 50 games. Put it on the board. Yes. That's going to be finish 50 games. It is Blockusa. We should put that down. No way that is happening. Is it? Okay, wait. 30 games. 30 games. I feel we could do that. Wait, that's a game a week? 25 games. We can finish 25 games. How about play 2 games? What about that? Is that, I think that's fair. Like, we could do that. Like, that's definitely doable. All right, let's do play 50 games this year. I want to get 50 games in. Is there any other goals or things? We've got the walk and talks, more collabs. I'm going to do more collabs. Is there anything else that you guys would like to see this year? 40 walk and talks are on the board. I'm not going to give Freya lots of money. Can we lock in Final Fantasy VI? Okay, if we're going to do one RPG this year, do you guys think that we should do Final Fantasies? I've always wanted to do Final Fantasy VI. Or Octopath 2. We've done Earthbound already. I don't know if I want a VTuber. I don't like, here's the thing is like, I like it. I think it's cool, but I don't want to disrespect it by making it just like a flippant thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel comfortable doing it because I mean, like, I like this, like what I do. So I don't want to be like, oh, I'm doing it. And it's like, because I really admire what they do and like their craft. And I don't want to be like a tourist VTuber. Can we add wear shades during all times? Honestly, it does look good. A VTuber day with mouse would be pretty awesome. This one's maybe. That would be pretty fun. A D&D session. So I don't want to involve Chris, Rob, Connor. Like, I don't know if I can't make promises of other people's time. Although I will make one for Rob. I'm going to call it Dad's Day Out ×3. I feel like we should do a special Dad's Day where he and I go out and drink on stream and hang out. That's fun. Because I had a lot of fun on Chatmas. It's not in a row. Chatmas was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, we must read what's it called? Bram Stoker's Dracula. Gotta read Bram Stoker's Dracula. Can you both please stream at the same time? Sure, we can do whatever you want. I feel like I've seen this list before. What? Don't be ridiculous. This is all new. This is all new, dummy. 75 voice acting for one game. Put yourself out there. I've tried. That's also, you know what? That's a goal. Voice act or cameo. That would be fucking sick. Imagine if we could get like a little, cameo in Vampire Survivors where I'm just a little guy. That would be so fun. Or if I get to do just a small character. How many games can you complete in a week, month, challenge? All right, so I also thought about how cool would it be, even though it's okay. I do want to try streaming every day that I physically can. But I feel like, would it be, and then I thought maybe people would hate it if I did a 40-minute stream where I was just like, hey, I'm just getting in my day. That would be a cool challenge though, to stream every day. But sometimes they would be very short. And I think most people would be annoyed by that. 24-hour or marathon one time this stream. Let me think. I like my days off too much. I don't think I'll ever do a subathon again. There we go. I'll try that. What about, should we bring back we should do Pete Craft with Notorious Monster? Definitely, I think we should definitely get a Pete Craft back. Retro Mondays are going to be there, for sure. Retro Mondays are definitely there. Bike with Obama? I would love that. I would love that. But I don't want to put confirmed collabs down with people who are I can't just, I would love to have another fight night too. Majin Obama. I'm not, wait. Subnautica. Subnautica would be awesome. Anything else? So outside of collabs, more sponsors for the house? Definitely going to try. I mean, okay, for real though, we're going to play my man.
This is a present from me to you.
Stewart. Thank you so much. Playing Lockdown D like the thunder. Appreciate you pulling through, man. Luckily, I didn't have a coffee in my hand to spill. Appreciate you. Updated intro for Peter. Cooking streams. Cooking stream would be fun. New assets is fun. I would love to do a cooking stream with Yuki. Toasty! She made a beautiful cake today. A divorce stream. No. I can be useful. I'm good in the kitchen. I'm a useful person. Because we're going to play new games like, Resident Evil. We're going to do like, Pragmata or like the Onimusha. Like we're going to play the new games. We always play the new games. I think that, how about teaching chat Japanese? I think I need to learn Japanese first. But I'm trying to think of stuff that I can do that we can set up as a challenge for ourselves this year. I don't want to stream with a cleaning stream with her. I live it every day to tell me how bad I am.
Club.
What's up, Razkun? Tier 3, brother. I don't think Yuki wants to join much. The TikToks are coming out at a very good pace, thanks to our new editor. Thank you, shout out. And I think that, Mudon, I think we found a pretty good, like my gaming stuff just never does well, which is unfortunate, but Colonel, Happy New Year. But I think that if I keep doing the walk and talks, people enjoy those. Okay, so Rage Game. I'll say with Connor. I think that would be more fun to do a Rage Game with him. I did do Jump King, and you know what? I was having a lot of fun with that, but we took a break for Friend Slop. So we'll figure that out. Is there any other? I do want to play more Polybridge. I felt like I was really starting to understand the concepts of trigonometry. Well, I was triggering you guys, and like just the whole bridge building. Just I felt like it was great. I feel those were great. So we've got Pete Craft, which would be, Gundams and Legos. Those are there. We already tried to do Suikoden. I don't know about Ace Attorney. I don't really like doing tier lists. I'm weird, aren't I? Like, I thought about doing like room reviews or like something that you got like that is like including community stuff. But I don't really like tier lists. Bring back IRL drinking. I think there's one down there that says Dad's Day Out with Rob CD. There you go. There's the drinking streams. So the problem with the Legos is I don't have a place for them. Oh, yeah. Indiana Jones with Chris. Play MTG? I did play a little bit on the stream. I enjoyed it. I'm not really a speed runner, which I just get nervous, right? But I think these are pretty, I'm thinking of like is there anything else that you guys, like, for example, if I go to TwitchCon Rotterdam, like, I don't know if there's any interest in me live streaming like Italy. I think you guys like it when I'm in Tokyo or Japan. I don't know about the Ardedly stuff. And like outside of collabs, right? Like what can we IRL Japan, not Tokyo? That's definitely planned. I do have those planned. I think you guys probably just do like when I live stream, period. That's a good point. DD Dinosaur with double Ds is a very funny visual novel game, has Twitch chat functionality. Okay, you had me at the double Ds. I'll check it out. Not only you should stream Italy, you should come meet me directly. Okay, well now you're just getting, that's greedy. I can't just go on an iShow Speed World Tour and meet everybody. Thank you, Bell Rock. Hey, Pete, Happy New Year from Colombia. You look even more handsome than last year. Someone's still drinking into the new year. Okay, I feel like a lot of these, I'm trying to think of, let me say this a little bit easier. Not specific games, I feel like. I feel like we have the game stuff pretty much done. We have a lot of collabs, a lot of walk and talks. I like the ideas of new assets, cooking streams, Pete crafts. We only did one Pete craft, I think, this whole year. We built the Lego, and then I don't know if we did a single Pete craft. I think maybe that's crazy. This year went by so f***ing fast. Wow. They weren't even binned. They were just busy. Make another Spotify playlist. I could do that. I mean, we did travel. We did Generational Welsh, Cyclothon. I went to TwitchCon, both TwitchCons. I had a son. Oh, you know what took out most of the effing year? Uma Musume. That was like 6 weeks. That was 6 weeks of the year was me playing that. We played that game so much. Watch a G1 race live. I want to, like, I think I would like to take you guys, but I don't know if I can. I don't know how these guys are going to like how stable Ronaldo can go to a game and just stream it. That's like, I know they must have access to like the NBA, but like, I would love to take you guys to a Yakult Swallows game. There's no way they just do it. It's a crime. All right, you know what? There's a good one. This is going to be the darkest day in our 5-year history. A karaoke stream. That's going to be absolutely horrible. Aiden paid for his seat. Oh, that allowed him to stream. Man, that just sounds so miserable trying to call Japanese like baseball and be like, hey, hey, can I please do that? There'd just be so much red tape. Actually, a dad's because I think, is Rob CD an accomplished singer or is he bad? He hates karaoke on stream. So do I. It sucks. What up, Lonely Child? I think this is... He's as good as everyone else. That's true. But it sucks to have that be like, people tell you you're bad. And I'm like, I know. I know that. Paul's always good at singing. Paul's a professional singer. It's like... Of course, if Paul streamed, they'd be like, Pete's great at video games. And he'd say, of course, he's better than me. He's a professional gamer. I think this is a good start because I think more collabs is the things where I will try to do those. That includes Van Gang, Ian, Dot, Chris, Connor, Rob, Kurdokin, Alex the Bold, all the Hi Guy, Obama, everybody. That includes them, but like, Mouse, Ariel, Siren, Geary. I can't just keep naming all of the stuff, but like, that's what this is. But I don't want to just put like, let me book a bunch of people who might be busy. But I'll try my best to do more collabs this year because I do enjoy them. So there we go. I think this is a very decent list that we can start with. Siren met her sub goal for content in Japan. I didn't mean Siren. I take it all back. Why did everyone support her? Damn it. Now what am I going to do? Now I got to see her. Great. I'm kidding. She saved my life, guys. She saved my life at TwitchCon. She actually did. She's so sweet. She gave me these super powered, like, lozenges that help my sore throat so bad. I've already raided Rob like 5 times in a row. I'm going to raid his offline channel tonight so I can get in the lead. So I'm good. What if we stole more of Rob's content? We did 24-hour. But not on New Year's. It'll be like the most boring day of the year. You know what? Just see, I came up with a new one already. We're adding a wheel. I will only do wheel. No, that's okay. So there we go. What about a babysitting stream of Premiere 3 with no mom? I think pretty soon my son's going to kind of take a back seat to not my work, but to showing you guys these like his face and character. You know what I mean? Steal Rob stuff that's a given. He's just too creative. I think this is pretty good. I thought about starting a new series called The Gaming Gumshoe, where I wear a trench coat and I get to play like my Snatcher / Police Nuts character. And I investigate bad games where you guys submit like the worst games ever. And we try to find out why these games are bad. And we have like 4 or 5 different, like the graphics, the music, the controls. This was my original idea for streaming 5 years ago. Like that was one of the, I almost named the channel Gaming Gumshoe. Won't that be like Angry Video Game Nerd? I don't think so. I think that he was just like rage baiting, and before that was a thing, right? So like he would be like, this game sucks and I hate it, but I want to play like Bubsy 3D and try to find out why is it shit. Like I love games. How did this get to be so bad? And what is the worst? We have like a ranking of the worst games we've ever played. 3 out of 10 would eat it. So there we go. Bames Rolf looks good with the beard. I don't think Breath of the Boring would qualify because I like that game, but it'd be like, I don't know, Balls 3D or whatever it's called. Okay. Would you ever pick up the podcast again that you did with Ian? Okay. I will ask Ian to be my friend again. So that's possible. But let's not get our hopes up. I'm not sure why he hates me. It might have been that I accidentally left my JBL speaker next to his pillow and played my sports podcast as I went to bed drunk at the wedding. I don't know. Might be when I had to ask him to please take me to Heathrow Airport at 5 a.m. It might be when I asked him to please discreetly go help me buy Anusol at the last time I was in England. We'll ask Ian to be my friend again. Again. Pub quiz would be nice. That was all just one day, really. All right. I think that's a great list of weight, get in, lower some weight, 75 kgs. So I do plan on finishing Police Nuts. I know a lot of you are like, sure. I do. So I'm going to finish. So tomorrow is my last day with my friend Aaron. And like I said, we're going to go get some fried chicken and baseball and hang out at arcades and all that stuff. And then I think either the third or the fourth. Oh, I did. I remember there was one more I wanted to add. This was I thought I wanted to do this. I wanted to play a Fallout game. I don't know which one. 3, 4, New Vegas, one of those. Or even 1 and 2. I'd be fine with that. I want to do a Fallout game. I think New Vegas is the best one, but I think 1 and 2 are pretty cool too. 3 is also, I think 3 is being remade. Kurt Russell wishes he still had your hair. Jack Burton, me. Okay, so those are the goals. I will be playing. Give me a second. I will be playing Police Nuts. I'm finishing that game. Guaranteed. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to finish Police Nuts. It's not Cap. It's the next game we're playing. I want to see the end of the story. I really fucking liked it. I thought it was so cool. I loved the game, and I want to see more of it. I really, really, really want to know the end. You know what I mean? So that is locked the hell in. I just need to finish time with my family. They're here. What's your most anticipated game of the year? Probably Resident Evil. I mean, I've loved that series a lot of people since the dawn of that game. I think Resident Evil is going to be amazing. Onimusha is going to be pretty tight. I hope. Is there anything else that's cool? Is there any new RPGs coming out? I would like to do Red Dead Redemption. I liked that. I want to play 2. Tokon and Halo, not really. Neo, it's okay. Wolverine looks fun. Neo's going to be sick. Looks like there's not really any. Oh, yeah, Witcher. Witcher would be nice, of course. GTA is not coming out this year. GTA is not coming out this year. Dragon Quest 7, that might be a marathon stream. Dragon Quest 7 might be a marathon stream. All right, guys. You know how it be. I got to run. All right. I mean, it is a short stream, dude. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. I read you the Kupo story. I told you guys a really fun 2 hours of my travels. We did some plans. So I guess here's the thing though. Honestly, guys, will you be streaming tomorrow? I will not be. One day off tomorrow so I can say goodbye to my friend. And then I will be recharging all the batteries, beating Police Nuts, and then doing some IRL stuff with you guys. That's for sure. It's for sure going to be happening. So I gotta get caught up. I was very busy, and I got all these cool pictures of my kid that I wanted to show you guys. He's so adorable. I have this one that I took today where my wife made cake, and he was like, he loves to like smack things. Like he's always smacking the table. And then he was like smacking my fat tummy, and it sounded like a drum, and it was so cute. And he was like reaching for like this cake, and we were trying to take a family photo. And the family photo that I got is me holding up the Polaroid and smiling. And he's like reaching like this. And my wife's
funny.
like, and then there's the cake, and I'm just like, doing the cool face. It's a great little family photo. Thank you for the 5, Jade Raven. Appreciate you. You guys were omega supportive today. I really appreciate you guys. We've taken so many pictures with the Polaroids, and I have like a book. I have a baby's book that has, first bath, first time we were up at 4 a.m. That's my dad duty, is like I chronicle with the Polaroids. First time grandparents held them, all kinds of like stuff. I have one cool picture of Yuki. She's like soaked in water because she was trying to help put the baby in like a bath or something, and the water turned on and it like hit her, and that was funny. It was like, we have all these cool little moments. My favorites, I'm holding him up above my head where you can see him like smiling, and it says it's like 4:48 in the morning, and he just would not go to bed. He just wouldn't do it. So it's just like pretty awesome. He's so cute. I think today was a good stream. I think it was really fun. And I'm really glad that Mouse was able to raid, and that you guys got to get a lot of new information about, what I've been doing or where I've been at. Or wait, maybe I can show you guys. Look, he's reaching for it. He just kept wanting to grab the cake. He just keeps wanting to grab it. It's so cute. But yeah, we have like a full book of it. Like I just need to add them to the book. Already has better hair than me. I know, man. He's crazy. Let me show you the one I showed you guys earlier. So cute. It's actually, his hair is very brown. It looks black there. But like, it's definitely brown. But yeah. And the other thing that he does that's so cute now is he's been starting to he puts his hand on his head and like thinks. He's like, So cool. All right. I am tired, my friends. I'm glad I went live today. I'm really glad I could share with you guys nearly 3 hours of power. Sorry. That was a lot for me to try to catch up on. I'll send you over to one of the old guys gaming, my dude, Kurokin. Happy New Year. Let's get him a nice little message. I love K-Kin. Akiome. I got the stats for you guys. Give me a second. Also, I missed a bunch of people who were kind enough to resubscribe today, and I was just telling stories, and I knew I would never get them out. Thank you. Here it is, boys. Today we streamed for 2 hours and 43 minutes of power. Power. There we go. With an average viewership of 4,067. Thank you, Iron Mouse. With a max viewership of 6,720 and 20,836 unique viewers. Count them if you ain't got nothing better to do. 894 people told me to take off my sunglasses and show them my drunk eyes. 29,000 people on the live views. 104 new followers. 191 new subscribers. Much love from my family to you guys. Have a great and awesome start to your years. I'm going to be bringing you guys some insane energy because I'm loving this. This is going to be our year. Please don't write hate comments on the YouTube. Much appreciated. I'll read them at Matsuya. Bye.